Last summer, the worst riots in a decade swept across the UK.
It was terrifying because it was getting louder and uglier by the minute. The whole building was shaking.
They were sparked by a knife attack in Southport that left 3 children dead and 8 injured. 2 adults were also stabbed. I reported on the rioting for Panorama.
I'm a journalist.
I wanted to understand why there was so much hate on our streets. Now, a year on, I've tracked down some of those who took part in search of answers.
I apologise for anyone who I upset, because if I could go back, I wouldn't do that day again.
I wouldn't say it were good, but I do think it's something that needed to happen.
As soon as that petrol bomb went in there, I was really concerned for him. I thought, it's not right, it's wrong. It's so wrong.
They were shouting all kind of abuse. We want our country back. Get out of here. You are not welcomed. You are this. It was awful.
A year ago, I met Southport Imam Ibrahim Hussein after his mosque was attacked by a mob. They'd been whipped up by false claims online that the teenager responsible for the attack on a children's dance class was a Muslim asylum seeker.
We had to very quickly run inside because the abuse and the language and the missile started. So we went in and we barricaded ourselves inside.
The parents of the dead children pleaded for the violence to stop, but to no avail. The rioting spread to 26 other towns and cities in England and Northern Ireland.
This was our hiding place. This small office here was holding 8 people.
Now I'm back to visit Ibrahim.
They started fire outside, so we decided that if we don't die from direct contact, they're going to kill us. The smoke is going to kill us. The youngsters who had a young family, they thought they were never going to see their family again. It was a complete confusion. Why we've been attacked and why all this hatred against us.
Back then, I couldn't answer Ibrahim's question, or why so many joined the days of disorder that followed. Panorama contacted hundreds of the 1,840 who were arrested. Many said they didn't trust the mainstream media. Others were too ashamed or scared to speak. Eventually, 3 people agreed to talk to me. Amy Hodgkinson Hedgecox is mother to 2 children. She took part in rioting outside a Tamworth hotel where asylum seekers were housed. Terrified residents and hotel workers feared for their lives when it was attacked and set alight.
The adrenaline was just, it was crazy. It was a real eye-opener that I would never do again.
Amy, who used to work in a factory, was jailed for violent disorder. She says it was her first conviction in 15 years. She'd been in prison several times for offences, including battery and breaching antisocial behaviour orders.
I think the last one was like 6 months. I thought at that age it was fun, I thought it was a joke.
By her early 20s, she was trying to turn her life around and met her partner, Charlotte.
I knew about Amy's past somewhat. It didn't really bother me because I judged her on how she was then at the time.
The couple have a 7-year-old daughter and a 12-year-old son, Brady. With the support of his moms, he also wanted to speak to me.
I just think of her as my actual mum, like obviously with my other mum. She's just like a really good mum to me.
Amy and Brady were at home on the day of the Tamworth riot. Charlotte was at work.
I seen all the riots going on, like, on my TikTok and everything. And yeah, It was just like all over my phone.
Brady said to me, can we go, can we go? I know that one's happening in Tamworth. My friends are going, I want to go down. And I said, absolutely not.
She finally gave in after I've said like 100 times.
When we got there, very peaceful. It was just chanting.
In my head, I'm nervous, but I felt a bit of excitement because I've never experienced that before.
Then the crowd got larger and then larger, so more police officers come. And then, yeah, it just went from 0 to 100 in minutes.
Shortly after arriving, Amy took Brady right up to police lines. She was recorded shouting abuse and making obscene gestures at asylum seekers in the hotel.
I was frustrated, I was really frustrated. Everybody's got an opinion on what's going on right now down there. They're not making lives easy for themselves, what they're doing to young girls in our town.
Amy accuses some of the asylum seekers of filming young girls at a park near the hotel.
Have you actually witnessed anything?
No, I've not witnessed it myself.
But she says she's seen footage online.
I've seen the video on the internet.
And it mightn't be true at all?
Yeah.
I mean, you're aware of that?
Yeah, 100%, yeah. But I do think some of it's true.
There may be an assumption by many people
Yeah.
looking at those involved in the riots last August that
Yeah.
many of them are racists.
Yeah.
Are you a racist?
No, not at all. Not in any way, shape or form.
Amy says she confronted police about the footage she'd seen online.
I did swear. I was just shouting to the police, like, how would you like it if your child was being videoed by them? There's a level where you should be sticking up for us as well as them.
The riot became increasingly violent.
I had two different feelings, like, one, this is, like, good, like, I was excited, and two, like, I knew it was wrong, and, like, it was bad, and, like, people could get hurt.
Why did you stay there with your son?
I have no answer for it, other than I'm an idiot. Stupid. Got caught up in the moment. Massive regret, huge regret.
The rioting in Tamworth happened 6 days after the terrible events in Southport.
You know that the families of the 3 children who were killed in Southport, they're extraordinarily upset that people took part in riots. Was Southport in your head when you went down that day?
No, because it didn't
The attack
happen in our town. No, my heart went out to them. It was horrific.
Ross Hart also took part in a protest outside an asylum hotel. He says he was angry about the number of people arriving in the UK in small boats.
Well, genuinely peaceful. The peacefulest protest you could ever go to start with.
As the protest outside the Rotherham Hotel turned into a riot, Ross Hart, seen here wearing a brown T-shirt, began vandalising a hotel air conditioning unit.
At that time, basically, the only thing people cared about then were making sure they left that hotel, long story short.
To get them out?
Yeah, get them out.
Did you think at any stage you were there that day about those who were inside the hotel, about what they might be thinking?
Personally, no.
Ross Hart then joined an attack on a police van.
It was like an eat-it moment thing. I've just seen riot van in front of me there, and all a group of lads gone up, tipping it and rocking it, so I've just joined in. Just show them that we've had enough, and like, you need to listen to us.
What you did that day was mindless.
To be stood there in that group of people and not do it is kind of pretty hard to do.
Almost 37,000 people were detected crossing the English Channel in small boats in 2024, the year of the riots. In the first 6 months of this year, it was 20,000 people.
To get all these migrants coming over, they get the hotels, they get the food, they get everything they need, they get set up.
He believes government spending priorities are wrong.
They're taking money off old people, so they can't put gas and electric on, but then they'll spend on illegal migration. That comes out of taxpayers' money.
The government is obliged to make sure that those seeking asylum have somewhere to live and some financial support for food and other essentials. The National Audit Office predicts that asylum housing costs will reach £15.3 billion over the next 10 years.
People are sick of it in this area where we are. We're just getting pushed about and pushed back at queue, left to go we are.
I didn't go nowhere to have a conversation. Someone said, oh, do you want to go to town? Because they're saying, stop the boats. So I said, yeah, I'll go.
Phil Hoban from Beeston in Leeds joined a demo in his city centre. Pro-Palestinian demonstrators were also there. Phil says both sides traded insults.
Someone's passed me one of them mic things, what you talk through, and said, Phil, say something. And there's a piece of footage where I say, can we all sit down? Can we all be one? Let's not argue, let's not fight, let's sit down.
Can we keep it peaceful? Can we all be quiet and just down, check out?
A little later, Phil Hoban can be heard shouting offensive chants referencing Allah. In court, Phil, whose late father was black, was also accused of rubbing his lips to a person of colour and mocking Islamic prayer.
Do you accept that there's one shot where you are mocking, essentially, Muslims at prayer?
Listen, no. That ain't mocking. I put the Union Jack there and I bow to my Union Jack. I'm allowed to bow and no one will tell me I'm not allowed to bow. No government will tell me I'm not allowed to bow to my flag. I was a bit drunk that day and there were no racist words that come out of my mouth. Not one racist word come out of my mouth.
What did you say about Allah?
Allah?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to mention that again, and for the Asian community out there, I'll apologise for every person who were there, that I totally apologise for that, and I'd never do it again. We are, says in the name, predator exposure.
The builder says he joined the protest because he believes paedophiles are among asylum seekers crossing the channel.
We go around catching online paedophiles who try attacking our children. The majority of people who we're catching now, guess where they're from? We know. They're off the boats. Yeah.
Predator Exposure, founded by Phil Hoban in 2016, is a vigilante group that says it unmasks alleged sexual predators targeting children.
It come to my attention when most of the people who we were catching were outside hotels who have not been in this country 3-4 weeks. And I thought, hold on, there's something going wrong here, because normally Predator Exposure we're catching mainly British white males. We don't know if we're letting rapists in, we don't know if we're letting murderers in, and just letting them walk free on our streets. And this is what it's all about. It's not to do with race.
There are no official figures to support Phil's claims. The government says it intends to improve how data about offending by foreign nationals, including asylum seekers, is collected. There's no timetable yet for when this information will be published. In Southport, where the rioting started, 12 months on, the mosque is still a target.
There is a lot of abuse at the worshippers. They're attacking and scratching cars of the worshippers when they come.
Was there anything like this going on before last summer?
In the last 30 years, we might have reported about 3 incidents to the police. And since the 30th of July, we reported about five incidents to the police.
It's cost thousands of pounds to increase security at the mosque.
Darragh, if you can remember, last time I showed you, we had only these 7 cameras here, old ones.
Yeah. This is where you were hiding out.
This is our hiding place, which we thought it was not going to last. Since, if you look behind you there, you will find 20 other cameras, some inside and some outside. We're trying to catch everywhere that we can catch. Can you remember the door was here?
Yes, yeah.
It was wooden door. Now it's solid metal door.
That's a serious door.
Yeah. Here is a new one.
Another camera.
And behind it is the old one. They're both working now, so we're talking about 27 cameras.
27. Astonishing.
Let me show you the front of the building, Darragh. It doesn't look like a place of worship anymore. It looks like a prison. It's breaking our hearts.
Been jailed for fighting and stuff like that. And my last sentence, apart from this one, what I got jailed for, was pulling a cash machine out of the wall.
How long ago was that?
About 18 years ago.
Phil Hoban had managed to stay out of prison until his involvement in the Leeds disorder. He was sentenced to 8 months after pleading guilty to causing racially aggravated harassment, alarm or distress. He served 4 months.
I lost my freedom. Shame on my kids. They had to go to school and people saying that's what hurt most. What hurt most more than the prison sentence is being labelled a racist. That's what hurt most, because most of my friends have either black or Asian.
You do know that what you did that day would have caused real hurt, would have insulted Muslim people.
At the time, I didn't know. Now, I sobered up, and now I think about what I did. Then I know it was wrong at the time. I didn't think I was doing no wrong.
Phil is asking for forgiveness from Beeston's Muslim community.
Yes, my brother. How's it going? Are you all right, Aki? Long time no see, man. I know. Can I say one thing, brother? As you know me, you know I'm not a racist. But for any offence I caused anyone, I'd just like to, if it caused any offence, I'd just apologise to you now.
Even if you said whatever you said and you did whatever you did, people make mistakes. So can we not vilify people for making... Even if Phil's made a mistake, it happens.
Can I say to you, mashallah? All right, Aki.
Yeah, and people make mistakes.
All right.
Yeah, don't
All right, brother. Thank you.
Right.
All right, Aki. Thank you. I apologise to him. And I meant it. Do you know what I mean? Because I didn't mean to hurt anyone's feelings whatsoever. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Back in Tamworth, the situation was getting worse. Petrol was poured through a smashed window at the hotel and set alight. At any point, are you concerned what might happen to those people inside?
Yeah, I thought, well, as soon as that petrol bomb went in there, I was really concerned for them. I thought, wow, this is going to go up in flames, it's going to kill them all. And it's not right, it's wrong, so wrong.
Charlotte, who used to work in mental health, knew her partner and son were at the hotel. She says she went there to try to get them to leave.
My anxiety was just through the roof. I can't even explain it. I was just panicking that much. My body was just... I need to get everybody out. I remember Brady went to try and walk back to the hotel and I shouted him back.
The violence was bad. I was thinking everyone took it a bit too far.
As police cleared the area, Brady was taken home by a friend, while Charlotte tried to persuade her partner to go home too.
I was really frustrated with her. I was really angry with her. She went from like a really mature person going there and turned into a yob, really. That's the only way I can describe it. It was really out of character.
Eventually, Charlotte got Amy home. Later, they heard the asylum seekers had been moved.
We heard that early hours in the morning that there was a minibus and they'd been moved over to Derby, that's what we believe. So I thought, that's it, they're gone for good, do you know what I mean? Away from the park where the kids go.
In your terms, was that a win?
Job done. They're away.
Rioters had also set fire to the hotel housing asylum seekers in Rotherham. Ross Hart, who'd attacked a police van, wasn't involved in the arson, but watched as it happened.
I wouldn't say I wanted them to die, like I wanted them gone.
Were you conscious that people could die here?
I don't think none of that come into nobody's mind because enough's enough.
Is it because that maybe they didn't see the people who were in the hotel as people, really? They saw them as asylum seekers.
Well, that's what they are, isn't it? But we're all human.
They're people.
Yeah, we're human. But they are asylum seekers.
Are you a racist?
No, far from a racist. Far from a racist.
Ross Hart claims he isn't racist because he doesn't have a problem with legal migration. It's the arrivals on small boats he says he opposes. Before he was arrested, he regularly posted on social media.
Well, you were saying sink the lot, dirty rats, and it's over these picture of people I assume are people who are arriving.
Yeah, they're on a boat,
asylum
aren't they?
seekers, yeah.
Well, there's no racist about that.
But you want them dead, essentially.
Even if I did, is that racist?
Well, yeah, those words are really offensive.
73 people died crossing the channel in small boats in 2024, more than in the previous 6 years combined.
To me, there's no wrong with that, what I've put there.
A lot of people will disagree with you.
Well, I've not. I think you're the first person that I've met that disagrees with me, and I'm being deadly serious.
2 years ago, Ross Hart was convicted for assaulting a woman. His offending began when he was a teenager.
Burglaries, thefts, and things like that. I ended up going to prison when I was 15.
The 30-year-old has borderline personality disorder, anxiety and depression. In the days before the riots, he says he hadn't taken his medication.
I do believe if I'd have had my medication, I probably would have still been there. But I don't think that I've done anything at all, to be honest.
Would you have attacked the police van? Would you have gone after the air conditioner?
Probably not, no. But I can't say definitely not because I don't know.
Did you get to mention that in court?
Yeah, and the judge just said it don't matter. I can't use my mental health as an excuse.
Ross Hart was jailed for 2 years and 10 months after pleading guilty to violent disorder. Tamworth rioter Amy Hodgkinson-Hedgecox pleaded guilty to the same charge and was sentenced to 2 years and 3 months in prison.
When Amy was put to jail, how did that leave you feeling?
It made me feel upset, but also guilty because I'm the reason she went to prison.
He said to me, I'm sorry. And I said, you've got nothing to be sorry about. I should never have put you in that situation. You know, it was so wrong of me to do so. I've exposed you to something that you shouldn't have even been exposed to. It's bad parenting.
I walked out of that court that day and I just thought, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I just felt sorry.
While Amy was in prison, Charlotte accepted £1,000 in financial support from a far-right group called Patriotic Alternative. It says it campaigns for the rights of what it calls Indigenous British people.
I was pulled up one day when I was in prison by a probation officer saying that a Nazi organisation has approached your partner outside and offered to send her a large amount of money. Do you know anything about it? And I was like, no, it's the first I've heard.
Members of the group had been accused of stirring up hatred online before the riots. Charlotte says she was told by the group it was giving cash to families of convicted rioters who it calls political prisoners. The group claims to have paid out £14,000 in total.
Do you know anything about the patriotic alternative now?
I have no idea anything about them. Did I research it a little bit, but I didn't really understand it. I just wasn't in the right headspace at that time.
Charlotte says she was treated in hospital for mental health problems after her partner was convicted.
I do regret it massively.
Would you take the money now?
Absolutely not, no. No.
Patriotic Alternative says it's an ethno-nationalist organisation and that it's proud to support people it believes have been singled out and given harsh sentences because of their political beliefs and legitimate concerns over the issue of mass immigration. Amy was released from prison on electronic tag in February this year.
Oh, I'm trembling. I should have been punished. I get that. I totally get that.
Oh, look at that.
I don't think prison was the answer. I really, really don't think prison was the answer at all. I don't think it was the answer for a lot of people.
Ross Hart was released on electronic tag after serving 8 months. While he was in prison, staff asked him to apologise to asylum seekers who'd been living in the hotel he'd attacked.
They made out to me victims were immigrants, so obviously I said no. But then when I was talking to somebody, they wrote a letter and it wasn't actually to immigrants, it was to workers at the hotel. So maybe if they'd have told me that, I probably would have apologised to workers. But there's no way I'm apologising to immigrants. Not a chance on this planet.
In Southport, some rioters who were jailed for attacking the town's mosque have contacted its Imam.
They've wrote letters apologising to me and apologising to the Muslim community for their action that they have done. We forgive them because we have the forgiving nature, you know. We all sinners.
This summer, there have been more protests outside asylum hotels. In Essex, more than 20 people were arrested and at least a dozen charged after trouble flared at an anti-migrant protest.
He don't protect us. Stop it.
It followed the arrest and charge of an asylum seeker on suspicion of sexual assault. Widespread anger about small boats is fueling hate and violence on our streets. Many politicians say they want to get the numbers down, but achieving that remains the trickiest of political problems to solve.